I'm going to say that I'd like to focus a little bit more. I mean, yes, of course I would. I say strengths over struggles. I think we got to be careful. You know, we slide that line, that bar too far to the strengths, then we start getting into that high and mighty. You know, I'm that high and mighty, and I don't think that's good. I think we got to be humble. I think we got to stay humble. We got to understand, and we got to really identify with both our strengths and our struggles. So I would say a little bit more strengths, a little bit more strengths. I don't know how much more strengths, but a little bit more strengths. Okay, is that clear enough for you guys? Is that clear enough for you?
This struggle got purpose and we grow. So whatever road we have to take next, all I need to know is that we'll roll with the punches.
So Randy, should I focus more on my strengths or my struggles? Both, y'all, both. We got to pull from both directions. You're both, your strengths and your struggles. Strengths always over struggles, though, y'all. Strengths over struggles. You're more than your struggles.
Ole, 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 ole.
Yesterday I posted I was struggling. My heart just felt heavy. I felt sad. So yesterday I was focused on my struggles, y'all. I was focused on my struggles. And you know, then this morning I posted a picture and I was like, you can just hang this picture of me in your house if you want. You can hang this picture of me. And I just really liked that picture. I felt comfortable. I felt confident in myself, right? So it's a combination of both. We got to focus on both of those, our struggles and our strengths. We don't want to be more on one side than the other. So we don't want to always be on the struggle side and be like a victim to life and just like, oh my gosh, life sucks. And we don't want to be on the opposite side and think that we're awesome and everybody else is just bad, right? And that we're better than everyone else, like narcissistic, arrogant, conceited. No, we want a combination of both. We want to pull from both sides, y'all. We struggles and strengths. Your strengths over your struggles, though. Let's go. So when I am talking with someone, if it would be anxiety, if it would be emotional regulation, no matter what it is, I'm always looking for two things. Do they have the skills to work through whatever it is they're struggling with, and what is their motivation? So I can give the skills. This is, cognitive behavioral therapy. So I would help him with his thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, and really help him be able to work through various different situations. I come from kind of a belief that the situations are just in our life. They're just happening in whatever, way they are. And, it's really up to us to figure out how we're going to think, feel, and act in those situations. And so I talk a lot about choices. I believe that, he can do a lot. Sometimes I won't say sometimes, I believe all the time it's a choice. And so that being said, I will give him the skills. So we'll be reassured that he has the skills. The second part of it, he's 8. As a 45-year-old adult, I'm not always motivated to work through the things that, I struggle with. So we'll definitely talk about that. Do you have a behavioral modification plan that you use? I think that is in 99.9% of the families, that is the one missing link. Is that, say that again? I mean it both. I think we all have our marble jars and our sticker charts, but I don't think that any of those are effective. So the reason why I say this is I created my own behavioral modification plan that has a lot of clinical the aspects in it. And so the struggle is he may have the skills, but he may not be motivated to use them. He just, in the moment, there isn't a consequence right now. I say right now, there isn't a consequence that will motivate or will modify that behavior. So what we have to do is we have to create this behavioral modification plan, that he understands the choices he's making. You know, every time we go into a situation, we look at, we evaluate what is the risk or what is the consequence and what is the benefit. And I see a lot of times in families, you know, most of the time there isn't, you know, enough of the positive reinforcement of, you know, really trying to encourage the positive behaviors, and certainly the negative. There aren't, you know, effective consequences. So that's what I would help you with, and you know.
Ole.
You guys, let's talk about strengths and struggles. Let's talk about strengths and struggles, y'all. We need both of them. We need to focus on both of them. We got strengths and we got struggles. I'm not sure that there's a lot more that I can say. I mean, I said a lot on the run, but guys, I just really believe that if we focus on our strengths and we focus on our struggles, if we accept that we both have strengths and we have struggles, and we find that kind of that line where, you know, I like to say that I mean, if it's me, I'm going to say that I'd like to focus a little bit more. I mean, yes, of course I would. I say strengths over struggles. I think we got to be careful. You know, we slide that line, that bar too far to the strengths, then we start getting into that high and mighty. You know, I'm that high and mighty, and I don't think that's good. I think we got to be humble. I think we got to stay humble. We got to understand, and we got to really identify with both our strengths and our struggles. So I would say a little bit more strengths, a little bit more strengths. I don't know how much more strengths, but a little bit more strengths. Okay, is that clear enough for you guys? Is that clear enough for you? A little bit more strengths and struggles. Maybe go 51, 49. I don't know. Maybe, I mean, that doesn't sound enough strengths to me, but I'm careful not to go too much to the strength side. But I just believe that we've got to really honor both our strengths and our struggles. I think as a person, as a human, we just have to identify strengths and struggles and just be good with both. You know, sometimes people identify more with the strengths, sometimes they identify more with the struggles. It's a combination of both. It's a combination of both. And the more that you kind of stay in that middle ground with your strengths and your struggles, you get into that flow. You get into that flow where you're just feeling good. What I say is you're feeling good, you're looking good, you're living good, you're feeling good, you're looking good, you're living good, right? Yep. So I don't know if I've got much more to say on that. I just really like to help people identify both their strengths and their struggles, but know that they are more than their struggles. We all struggle, y'all. We all struggle. I don't think our culture does a good job of talking about struggles. I mean, you know, you've heard me talk a lot about this. I'm hot on this. This is something I've dedicated my career to, of this idea that everyone struggles. And, you know, I can get on my soapbox. I'm trying not to get on my soapbox today, but I just don't think we do a good enough job of normalizing just everyday struggles. Sure, we talk about the diagnoses and the anxiety and the depression and all that stuff, but we forget about we forget about the average Joe and the average Jane. You know, there's like this fine line between someone that's diagnosed and the average Joe and average Jane, right? Like, I mean, you never know when you're just gonna kind of get that overwhelmed feeling. And I know that personally. So I know if I feel that personally, then I know that other people got to feel it personally. But going back to end this, we got to focus on those strengths just as much, and we got to feel good about ourselves. We got to understand who we are, what we like, and just really drill down, you know, double down, as we like to say. Double down on your strengths. We like to double down on your strengths. Double down on your strengths, y'all. You're valuable. You're valuable. You're valuable. You're more than your struggles. You're valuable. You got lots of strengths. There are lots of awesome things about you. You just need to go find them and then celebrate them. All right? I think that's all I got for today, y'all. That's all I got for today. Hope you're well. Talk to you tomorrow. Tomorrow.
On track, now we gon' way up. W's as easy as a layup.